Hello, everyone. I am back with another story time. You hear some noise in the background? Best friend is back there eating and watching a show. But I last video got scrapped, so I'm making another story time.
Hi guys.
It's gonna be about the time that I was in Kalin and Myles do my step video. It was a lot of fun, and it was only for one day. Can we get that good? Never mind. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the story. Okay, so I had been a fan of Kalin and Myles, so I think like 2 years, 3 years when this happened. But I was a part of the street team, and the street team I was set up is there was a certain group of fans that had a little special, closer access to Kalin and Myles than the general public. So we were the first ones to know everything. We were the first one to get the ideas and stuff. We were the first ones to know about video shoots, music, everything involving Kalin and Myles at the time. So there was a little notice that went out that if you want to be in the video shoot, only the first 15 people that commented would get the information and stuff. So I entered. I was like the 11th person I remember. So none of my friends were into Kalin and Myles around the time. I got the email like a day or two later, but none of my friends are into Kalin and Myles at the time. So I was upset because I didn't want to go by myself. I knew I would be meeting some Kam Fam there, but it wasn't the same. I didn't want to travel by myself and leave by myself late at night. But so I had a friend. I asked her to come with me. She was like, yes, there's going to be food. Of course I'll come. So I pretty much finessed her into coming with me by food. So around the time the video shoot was going to be at a college that was really close to me. And I was like, thank God, because if it was anywhere else, I probably wouldn't have been able to go. So my aunt at the time ended up she was taking classes at that college. So around that time, she was like, okay, I'll drive you there, but if you go, you have to go early in the morning. And I was like, okay. I mean, I can sit there for a few hours. I'll find something to do. So I told my friend, she's like, okay, all right. So we left that morning. We left at around 9:30, I think, 10 a.m. And we weren't supposed to be at the actual shoot until around 3. So we pretty much stayed there the whole day. But we got there at around 10 o'clock. My aunt went to her class, and me and my friend, we were just sitting. At first, we were sitting in the parking lot. Then we got out. We walked around, went to go get some food, got some water, blah, blah, blah. We walked back. When we walked back, there were some tents set up. And they were set up outside, by this field. But the location we were supposed to meet was by the gym. So it was right by the gym. So we were like, okay, well, this is where we're obviously supposed to be. We were told to go towards the back entrance. And we didn't know that Kalin and Myles were in there. So my friend was like, well, why don't we just go in there and see? And I was like, no, I don't want to disturb, because I thought there was a game, or because I kept seeing people walking in and out, and I didn't know if it was a game or if it was just some people practicing. I didn't want to interrupt, because we already don't go here as it is, so I don't want to interrupt anybody that goes there. So I told her, let's not just walk in there. It's not a really wise decision. So then we just ended up waiting until it was time to pretty much go in. There were more and more fans that started to show up. We stood outside. I said hello, took some pictures with everybody, waited and waited and waited. We didn't end up going in until around 8:30. So when it was around 8:30, 9 o'clock, they finally let all the fans in. They explained to us what we were going to be doing. They explained to us we could take pictures and blah, 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 everything after we get some shots in. So they let us in, and I remember that it was their manager, I think at the time. She was talking to everybody. She was like, yay, this is exciting. This is going to be a lot of fun, blah, 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 yada, yada. There was a lot of people there. There was HBK Gang, Sage Gemini, Kujan, Pilo, a few other people, but I can't remember their names. Not anybody that was a part of Kalin and Myles' entourage at the time. Everybody was there. Julie was there. And yeah, so we get in and we're in the stands. And if you watch the Do My Step video, there's a shot in the there's a shot in the video where there's fans and there's a band and there's cheerleaders in the stands and we're all dancing along to the song. So we were in the stands and we were dancing. And oh wait, no, I left that important part. Before that, they were shooting baskets and running around and talking to everybody. Then it comes the time for the stands and the actual shooting the video. So they were telling everybody, just dance. They cut the music on. So everybody's like dancing, we're singing, we're having a good time. I'm just, just like lightly dancing, just like not trying to embarrass myself because I could not dance at the time. Then all of a sudden my friend looks at me and she's like, Myles is looking at you. And I'm like, no, he's not. And I just kept dancing. And then she nudged me again. She's like, he's looking at you. So I'm like, okay, let me check this out. So I'm dancing and I look over and me and Myles make contact. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he was looking at me. And, so I'm like, hi, kept dancing. I didn't say hi, but it's a mutual like hi. But I kept dancing. So I was like, okay, now I'm finna be hella extra. So then I started being extra. And I looked over to see if Myles was looking. He obviously was not because he was looking at the camera. And I was like, oh, fuck. Well, there's that. Then stop. Then there was another shot where I can't remember. We were all in the center of the gym. We were right on top of their symbol. I don't want to say the name of the school because I don't think I can disclose that. But they were right on top of I don't know what it's called. Whatever. If you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody's in a big circle. And Kalin goes in, he dances. Myles goes in, he dances. I think Sage went in, he was dancing. Then the principal that was in the video he was dancing. It was really awkward because there was no music playing while he was dancing. So he was just in there just dancing with no music, and they were going to put music over him, obviously. But so that happened, and then that happened for so many hours, by the way. That was like 2.5 hours of shooting those two scenes. And then came time where everybody took a break. So the manager comes out. She's like, everybody take a break, go get water, take pictures, blah, 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 yada, yada, go do what you want to do. So Kalin dashes off towards the food. Myles dashes off to go do whatever. And HBK gang is just walking around. All the girls are all starstruck and just like making googly eyes at him. And my friend, she dashes for the food too because she loves food. So everybody started going off towards, the boys to take pictures and stuff. So I was looking at Kalin. He was surrounded by so many people. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go talk to Myles. So I really feel bad about this. I didn't realize I was doing it at the time. I walked up to Myles and I was like, hey, Myles. And I just like, bear hugged him. And if you know Myles, he's like a little tiny leprechaun person. So wasn't a smart thing to do. The poor baby. I think I crushed him.
Why did you call him a leprechaun?
Myles is like 5'6", and I'm like 5'9".
And I'm 5'4".
So whatever. So I pretty much crushed poor Myles. And then there were some girls off to the side of me. They're laughing their ass off. And I was so embarrassed. So I just walked away from him. I was like, I embarrassed him enough. So then I walk over to Kalin. Let me tell you, So I walk up to him because he's seen me previous concerts, events. He's seen me in the street team. So he's like, "Hey, sweetheart." Sweetheart.
I got a boo thing going on.
So I was like, sweetheart. I was like, okay, we're on a cat name basis. Like, oh my God. So yeah, so like I turned to my friend in front of Kalin and all the girls, and I looked at her while she was ready to take the picture, and I was like, he just fucking called me sweetheart. Oh my God. Right in front of Kalin. And he started laughing at me. And the girls are laughing at me too. And I'm like, I can never live this down. They're all laughing at me now. But it wasn't like to be mean. They just thought it was really like dumb and silly, but it wasn't like a mean thing. So then I just took the picture with Kalin, I hugged him and then I just like walked away. But then I was talking to my friend, I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I went back and I gave him another hug. I was like, hey, me again. He was like, okay, bring it in. So after that, I saw Sage. When I tell you I have a habit of embarrassing myself in front of people that I love, Sage was like popping at this time. It was like right after, well, it was a couple of months after Red Nose, when Red Nose was like hella popular. So I was like, Sage, can I get a picture? He was like, yeah, of course. So, oh my God, bitch. You know what I did? Okay. So I grabbed.
Did you run to him?
No, I didn't run to him.
Did you fall?
No.
That was so embarrassing.
I hugged him and he was so sweaty. I grabbed onto his sweaty armpit. It was a side hug. So I was like, in this arm, grabbed his fucking sweaty armpit. And you know how pictures go that if you grab it, you have to hold that until the picture is taken. So I had to hold that for extra long. I was so embarrassed and I could tell he was uncomfortable. He wanted to get away from me. I grabbed his sweaty fucking armpit. Oh my God.
Why did you do that? That's more so.
I didn't know. When I just hugged him, I was just like, eh. And then I just happened to touch the part. I couldn't see it. I didn't know he was sweaty.
Well, I would have put my hand around the waist.
So
like, sorry. Can I just,
I told him how much I like loved him and stuff, and then he just like walked away. But he pretty much hated me after that. Then I saw Pilo, and
who's Pilo?
He's part of HBK gang. Oh. But I can't remember what album had just came out, but I was listening to Pilo at the time. I think it was like MB something. I can't remember the name of the album. It was the album that Go to Work was on. I'll be going to work. I'll be going to... You guys know. If you're HBK gang, you know. But that album, so I was talking to Pilo and I was like, yes, I love the album. It's good. It's dope. It's fly. You did your thing. Then I was trying to find Cool John, but I couldn't find him. I think he ran off to go somewhere. But I was so excited that I met everybody. And then it was getting close to the end of the night. So I was like, oh, crap, because the buses had stopped running. So I had to call my aunt to come and get me. But I didn't want to leave and have everybody recognize that I was leaving. So me and my friend tried to creep out. And then, like Kalin and everybody was like, hey, where you guys going? You leaving? And we were like, yeah. I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to, and I didn't know if there was like a back way to sneak out, but we just pretty much walked in front of everybody. They were like, yo, where are you guys going? We were just like, yeah, we gotta go. So, yeah, that was the story of time of how I met Kalin and Myles. I have always supported Kalin and Myles. I will always support Kalin and Myles. Kam Fam was, a really great family for me to join. I still love the boys, even though they split up. Yeah, that's all the story time.